Hello mga kabibig! Welcome back sa bagong YouTube channel. Ito ang pinakamaingay na YouTuber sa vlog ng YouTube. Ako si Kabibig Maglabag-labag na tao with evidence. Ako po, hindi imbitado si PBBM sa bagong Board of Peace ni President Trump. Hindi imbitado or hindi talaga gusto ni President Trump na isama si BBM sa Board of Peace. Nilaglag na si BBM. Parang walang kaamor-amor si BBM kay Trump. Parang ayaw ni Trump kay BBM. Bakit mga kabibig ha? Ito kasi ang masasabi natin. Maraming Asian countries ang kasali sa Board of Peace ni President Trump. Si President Trump, inalis na niya ang Amerika sa United Nations. Diba? As a World Health Organization ba yun? Basta lumayas na sila at nag-create siya ng Board of Peace. Parang wala yata doon ang Pilipinas. Parang hindi din inimbita. Parang walang tiwala si Trump kay BBM dahil sa mga skandalo na bumabalot ngayon sa kanyang administrasyon. Eto kabibig ha, ipapakita ko sa inyo. Baka sabihin nyo naman ako nagawa ako ng issue. Pinag-usapan talaga yung kabibig. Ito. Yan, Board of Peace ni Pangulong Donald Trump. Naku po. President Trump and the coalition of world leaders boldly signed the Gaza Board of Peace Charter at the World Economic Forum in Davos. Pero wala si BBM. Bakit mga kabibig? Ito. Ito yung Board of Peace. The Board of Peace does not have a treaty. NATO does. It is an executive agreement only. There is no stated mission for this board. Trump has made himself the chairman for life. This board is not going to go past Trump's term. Trump has invited Putin to become a member. Ang tanong, naimbita ba si BBM na maging Board of Peace member? Ito yung mga country, Albania, Argentina, Armenia, Azerbaijan, Bahrain, Belarus, Bulgaria, Egypt. Hanapin, ang Indonesia, Indonesia, neighboring countries natin na pasama sa Board of Peace ni Trump. Israel, Jordan, Kosovo, Kuwait, Mongolia, Morocco, Pakistan, Paraguay, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Turkey, UAE, Uzbekistan, Vietnam, na mga neighboring countries natin, Vietnam, Indonesia, pero ang Philippines hindi man lang inimbita ni Trump na maging member ng Board of Peace or nilaglag na ni Trump. Nako, ano ang inyong komento hinggil dito mga kabibig? Nawawala na tayo sa passing. Talagang dinedma na tayo ni Trump. Diba? Halata naman noong ASEAN Summit. Halata naman yung mga nung pinuntahan ni nandun si Trump tapos nandun si BBM, parang napansin ni Trump na iba ang mga kilos ni BBM. Parang hindi niya feel yung mga ganun. Parang, ano ba itong presidente ng Pilipinas? Okay pa ba ito? Diba? Lalo na, baka epekto na to sa mga pinapadala ni Dean Shea sa White House. Hala ka, Board of Peace. Walang Pilipinas na kasali na member. No invitation from President Trump. Posible kasi dito iimbitahin ni President Trump si Putin na maging member. Nandyan ang Indonesia, nandyan ang Vietnam. Pero bakit tayo hindi inimbita? Hindi naman tayo close sa heart ni Trump? Malaking problema to. Uy, BBM, ano na? Kumusta na tayo dyan? Dapat magpaano ka? Dapat maging member na ng Board of Peace, di ba? So ano ang iyong komento hinggil to mga kabibig? Dapat pa maging member of peace tayo? Kasi ally tayo ng Amerika. Mostly itong mga nandito, ng mga allies ito ng Amerika, tapos tayo, nakalimutan ni Trump? Naku po. So ito kabibig ngayon kabibig, parang naging interesado ang Russia sa unconstitutional impeachment case ni VP Sara. Parang they want to dig more information tungkol dito. Kasi kabibig, meron namang isang Pinoy na in-interview sa isang Russian network, mga kabibig, si Attorney James Reserva, talagang inimbita, in-interview, mga kabibig. And feel ko talaga, kabibig, no? Feel ko talaga na parang gusto ni Putin na kumuha ng more information tungkol sa impeachment ni BP Sara. Kumusta ito? Parang gustong ibalita sa Russia ang nangyayaring impeachment ni BP Sara at ang dito, ang unconstitutional na desisyon ng Korte Suprema. Okay, let's watch this video, kabibig. Manood tayo. Nako, iba ang inimbita. Isang lawyer to, kabibig. Bigating lawyer to. Okay? Wait po, hanapin natin to.
Of constitutional law, who was one of the petitioners in the Philippine Supreme Court to declare the impeachment of Vice President Sara Duterte unconstitutional. Attorney James Reserva, many thanks for joining us on the program today. It's very nice to see you. So the Supreme
It's a pleasure.
Court, thank you. The Supreme Court of the Philippines has just ruled the impeachment of Vice President Sara Duterte unconstitutional. What do you think was originally behind last year's impeachment?
Well, we, as part of the petitioners, with a deep sense of humility, I would say that I am happy that the Supreme Court has finally laid to rest the question on the unconstitutionality of the impeachment complaint filed against Vice President Sara Duterte last year. And that ruling lays down in clear and authoritative guidance the constitutional limits and the proper treatment of filing impeachment proceedings. And that ruling also emphasizes that the impeachment should not be used as an instrument or tool for political vendetta, and it must be used for noble purpose, and that is accountability. But what is found here is that the impeachment complaint filed against the Vice President was done in a manner that the process was tainted with grave abuse of discretion, whimsical, arbitrary, and capricious.
Bakit kaya hindi inimbita dito ang mga congressman para magsalita tungkol sa resulta ng impeachment ni BP Sara? Kasi pwede din na, 'di ba? Russian network to, malaking network sa Russia, sa Moscow. So pwede sila mag-imbita ng mga congressman, ng mga lawyer na against sa kay BP Sara. Pero bakit itong mga lawyer na kung saan they're fighting for what is right, and petitioner ito na talagang nilalaban si BP Sara?
Therefore, the Supreme Court has upheld the constitutional limits of the power of the House of Representatives to initiate impeachment proceedings.
Yeah, like you say, Vice President Duterte has faced 4 impeachment complaints since 2024. Just how justified have they been, in your opinion? And are there any indications that the impeachment attempt was politically motivated?
Politically motivated?
Well, the impeachment process is not a game. It is a solemn process. Now, what happened in 2025 was that there were initially 3 impeachment complaints filed on separate dates. And these 3 impeachment complaints were just frozen in the House, in the office of the Secretary General of the House of Representatives. They waited for the 4th impeachment complaint that was filed in a blitzkrieg manner, that the congressmen who signed the impeachment complaint were found to have not verified it, meaning they have not thoroughly read and understood.
So alam ng Russia na politically motivated itong first impeachment ni VP Sara yung naging unconstitutional. So usap-usapan na ito sa Russia ang ginagawang panggigipit sa mga Duterte. Halaka!
The contents of the impeachment complaints, and that it was not based on their personal knowledge, and it was not based on authentic records. And also, it was found out that there was no due process afforded to the Vice President who was the object of that impeachment complaint. Now, under the Constitution, while that mode is available, it cannot be done in a manner that was done by the House of Representatives. That's why the Supreme Court struck it down as unconstitutional.
Mm-hmm. And why do you think there's been so much focus on Sara Duterte's political career, and how does it relate to her father's ongoing influence in Philippine politics?
Ang questions?
Well, apparently, it is very clear that the impeachment complaint filed against her is not really based on the issue on accountability. It is really primarily to eliminate her from the presidential race, given the fact that she is a strong contender for the presidency in 2028. So
Yan
that
na,
is
alam
a
ng
way of
Russia.
eliminating her.
Eliminate
And
Sara.
you would note that the allegations are not so serious. In fact, many of them are manufactured and do not rise
Ibulgar mo
to the
na.
level of an impeachable offense. How much more now that the House of Representatives, being the sole organ, the organ that has the sole power to initiate impeachment
Yan na,
proceedings,
ibulgar mo lahat para malaman.
many of their members are also involved in corruption scandal,
Ooh,
the magnitude
naku.
of which, the amount of which is beyond comprehension, to the tune of
Napabulgar
billions
na.
of pesos. So how can they have the moral authority to launch an impeachment complaint
Correct.
against a
Bulgar na.
vice president?
Just a quick question about her father, Rodrigo Duterte, now the former president. How do you assess the justification for Rodrigo Duterte's arrest at the International Criminal Court in The Hague? And how likely is Rodrigo Duterte to be released, bearing in mind he's an 80-year-old man?
Correct. Naku, magkaalaman na.
Actually, it's beyond all justice, standards of justice, that our former president should be brought to The Hague, given the fact that our country has already withdrawn from the Rome Statute, and that he is, in fact, until now, the ICC is still searching for an evidence.
Yan.
So how can that
Tama
be
na.
justified when you detain a person and yet you are still, the prosecutor is still finding witnesses to justify the accusation leveled against him? So to me and a lot of Filipinos, that is very condemnable. And what is painful is that he was turned over and surrendered by our present government to The Hague,
Correct.
which in the first place, he must be protected, if only to uphold the sovereignty of our country.
What are your hopes for the future of politics in the Philippines?
Well, we hope that we have a reset. When we have a new president in 2028, because at this time our country is really suffering from economic collapse. Our economy is very much affected. Investments are down because of the massive corruption that is being committed by the high officials of the government. and it is unprecedented. It has never happened before, this level of corruption that has taken place in our country. So we are hoping and praying that a new government will take over by 2028 and we have a reset in our direction as a country.
Thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate talking to you. We've been talking to Philippine Professor of Constitutional Law, Attorney James Reserva, who was one of the petitioners in the Supreme Court to declare the impeachment of Vice President Sara Duterte unconstitutional. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you, Zo, and it's an honor to be part of your program.
Thank you very much. Well, it was good to have you with us here on RT Internet.
So yun kabibi, nalaman tuloy ng Russia kung ano ang pinagagawa ng gobyerno natin, kung ano ang status ng gobyerno natin. Salamat Attorney Attorney James Reserva sa inyong deklarasyon, sa inyong pagbulgar sa kung ano ang status ng Pilipinas ngayon. At alam ng Russia na ngayon. And I'm sure hindi lang ang buong Russia ang nakakaalam, kundi buong mundo na, because this international media is always asking about status of VP Sara, the status of impeachment of VP Sara, the status of Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte. Ako yan nakabibig. Baka ito na ang divine intervention na sinasabi nila. So, bibig, ano ang inyong komento hinggil ito nung una nating topic? Yung hindi kasali ang Pilipinas sa Board of Peace ni Trump. Pangalawa, I'm sure Putin already know about this issue. And, maghintay-hintay lang tayo sa mga latest trending news at updates tungkol dito. Yun lang po kabibig ang ating latest libak-libak for the day. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video para sa mga latest trending news nating pag-usap-usapan. Bye everyone, see you next time.